lately I've been realizing it's just too many distractions every fucking where you look. Like, for example, my Instagram. Oh my fucking goodness. It was so much lust and ass on there and pretty women on my Instagram shaking ass, twerking every time I scroll down that motherfucker every second, that it got to the point where it was like a nigga had to start purposely unfollowing all of those pretty ass, fine ass women twerking, throwing that ass, you know what I'm saying? God damn. Because it's like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? So it got to the point where it's like I started purposely following more motivational content. You know what I'm saying? More like different content, you know what I'm saying, instead of lustful content. You know what I'm saying? Because the content that you follow on Instagram is like what you're going to see mostly on your feed. So like mostly I follow music stuff now, motivational stuff, and like, you know, informational stuff. But like I still of course have, you know what I'm saying, pretty women on my shit twerking, throwing that ass, you know what I'm saying, but it's not every second, you know, that I'm on Instagram. Another example is like, as I've sat in silence for the last couple days after, you know, y'all know my little situation I went through with my roommate, you know, where I'm at is so peaceful, you know, and I realized that being by yourself is so fucking peaceful, bro. Like, for real. For real. Like, it's nothing beats that. Now I understand why, you know what I mean, old people like to sit on a porch and rock back and forth in a chair and look at nature and look at the trees and the birds flying around and the birds chirping, you know, things of that nature. You know what I mean? And you know, the more that, like, the older I get, you know, and the wiser I get, I realize that, you know, what you give your time to is what you give your time to. Like, what you indulge in is what you indulge in. I looked at my analytics on Instagram the other day out of curiosity just to see how long I've been using that app. And I'll be on Instagram a lot because I make music, but I also be on it, you know, out of boredom too. You know what I'm saying? And like I was on Instagram for 5 hours for like the whole last month, 5 hours a day. And then at the beginning of the month, I was on Instagram for 8 hours a day. So my time usage went down on Instagram. But imagine if, excuse me, I put that 5 hours that I've been on Instagram into something else. Imagine if you put that 5 to 8 hours that you've been scrolling on Instagram into something else. And the fucked up part about it is you don't even realize how long that you are scrolling on Instagram, because it's like, okay, like, next, swipe. Oh, next story. Oh, you know what I'm saying? That was funny. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, you know, so now it's like I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to be more mindful as to where I'm putting my time at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't realize how valuable time was until I got kicked out of my roommate's house and I'm staying where I'm staying at right now. And it taught me a valuable lesson, being in silence, being in solitude, having that time to be by myself, because I don't have a game system. The only thing I got is my cell phone. You see what I mean? And I watch my YouTube and get on Instagram. That's it. And work. That's the only three things I do. So if I cut down my time usage on Instagram and my time usage on YouTube and make it more informational, then, you know, I'll have more time to myself to actually think about what I want to do and what I want to do with my life. So don't be oblivious to like how valuable time is, and don't let a bunch of random shit distract you. Like, I've been so distracted, so I've been trying to do better. I forgot I was in the bathroom. I've been trying to do better. You see what I mean? So yeah, bro. So it's like you got to realize you got to put your time into something different. You see what I mean? For real. Because you don't realize how distracted you are until you sit down by yourself and until you start figuring out where all your time been going. You see what I mean? Like, that shit is crazy, bro. So stop being distracted and, lock back in, going into 2026. You feel what I'm saying? Know what I mean?